Hey, what's up, everyone? Mike here with the watch list video for Monday, December 4th. The SPY on Friday actually took out those July highs. So really, really impressive strength again. Let me start like I always do, like I sometimes do, with this reminder that we basically trade between the bells. I make my money between the bells. I do not hold overnight. So we focus on, and I'll get this out of the way now, we focus on in-play stocks. You can pause this and read it if you haven't read it yet. We focus on in-play stocks, right? Recent movers, in other words, and focus on intraday trades to make some money during the day, all right? As it says at the bottom of that, we do have investors in the room that still log in every day to make some money on an intraday basis. So some highlights from Friday, if you didn't make it to chat, Jonathan L., there's his post in chat, ARM 632M, which, as I wrote here, traders in chat know that means second mouse through 63 idea. And so it triggered at 63 and went to 64.43. I can throw that up on actual chart there instead of the screenshot. So right there, it had hit 63 earlier, the previous day's high not far away. So back through 63 is that second mouse with boom, boom, catalysts above, and it just knocked those down. Really nice heads up by Jonathan. Also, HCDI, Matt D gave the idea. Let's go to 5-minute candles. It was one of those early low float gappers that nobody knew why, but still, let me zoom in a little bit here. Still, it popped to like $1.60 something, came back down, and his idea was second mouse through $1.50, which was right where my cursor is. Then it goes and takes out the high of day and ends up going to 218 at its high. So really nice move there. Speaking of Matt D, Matt, if you're watching this, looking forward to having you on the mic. Matt D, most of you all know if you watch my videos at all, he almost always makes the highlight video with one of his calls, right, from the day. And so he has graciously accepted an invitation to be on the mic, and hopefully he'll miss fewer calls in the future of his own calls, right, by being able to say it over the mic instead of having to type it out. Everyone in chat knows what it's like to be typing an idea for the room and have it trigger and miss the actual trade yourself while typing. So really looking forward. Matt's a great trader. I'm looking forward to having his voice, and we already got Wayne on there. It should be really nice for all of us, right? So anyway, looking forward to that, Matt. And that was a great call on HCDI. I gave you an idea on SHOT over the mic on Friday because it had hit 470 on Thursday, and it had come up to 470, pulled back a little bit. So I basically said, hey, I like this back over. I'm sorry, 69. 469, and then it hit 469 early, pulled back a little bit. So my idea was 470. I got filled at 471 myself and sold over 5. Most of it, right? My last sell actually got hit out right there when I put a 471 stop. It literally came down to that and then bounced. So didn't do much else the rest of the day anyway. But anyway, so that was a decent trade for some of us as well. Let me get into the watch list for Monday. Pretty big list. PATH, just a big breakout on Friday. We'll see if we get any kind of follow-through setup. Remember, we like to focus on stocks that are in play. PAPL has only been trading for maybe 3-4 weeks and had a really nice pop on Friday. So that one's worth watching. Beyond Meat, BYND, I'll put that horizontal line there. Kind of breakout territory over that horizontal line, and there's a lot of shorts in the name. So we're going to watch that one. SHOT, I asked what you thought, which way this would break as it was coiling here, and you can see it's trying to break to the upside. So I'm going to put that one back on watch. UPST, big volume, strong close. That could have a continuation day on Monday. WISH, horizontal line. Remember, it had this big pop back here. It's been going sideways ever since, and now is breaking to the upside. Also interesting that it topped out at a hole number 6, which makes it, as you guys know, more interesting for us. So that one goes on watch. GME is GameStop. I do believe they have earnings this coming week, so this might get another rally, and it's interesting that it topped out right around 16 on Friday. So that one's interesting. Hive, which I believe is a Bitcoin stock, it's kind of near a possible break. Big volume on Friday. Bitcoin, as I'm talking right now, is strong. I think it's close to 40,000 now. So we're going to watch that one for a possible breakout of that range. It's one of the actually lower float Bitcoin plays. I think it's still in the 80 millions or so, but lower than most. GCT, I believe, had earnings, according to Wayne, on Friday, and a nice little mini breakout of that range. So we'll see if we get a continuation set up. We go to 5-minute candles there. We were interested in this back through 12, and it never got there on Friday. So anyway, that 12 could come into play on Monday. W, I've been telling you guys, I called this over this horizontal line here right there. Kind of called that a breakout. Had it on Bounce Watch on Friday. I mentioned it, but never took a trade in it, and it did turn back up nicely. Anyway, it's holding up really well, and it's got a lot of shorts in the name, so that one goes on watch. DOCU, nice breakout. See that kind of horizontal line breakout range there on Friday? Maybe a continuation day. AI, curled back up. I still think it's interesting if it gets over this, that horizontal line there. In other words, the recent range it's been in. And if that one moves, I also like Lemonade, LMND, which had that breakout a few days ago, but then gave it all back, gap down on Friday. But then look at that strength. So that one's still interesting, although I don't have like a specific area that I like it. We'll see if it gives a setup. METC had this massive move, pulled back, put in a lower high. I would say a lower high right here at 1820. And then on Friday, 1810. Which closed at 1750. So anyway, it's certainly interesting. Maybe we get a setup through 18, knowing we got 1, 2 catalysts above, and maybe a move up to here. Certainly holding up really well after that massive move it made in November. Couple more. RDHL just goes back on Bounce Watch. Had this crazy move. 3 days lower on declining volume. Very clean setup for a bounce play. And we'll see if we get an A+ bounce play setup. And I would make the same argument for HTOO. Big rally. Couple days lower on lower volume. Also going to treat that the way you guys know we treat bounce plays. All right, I've babbled long enough. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see everybody on Monday morning.